didn't. Okay, so the first question, how long have you guys known each other?
You know, tell them.
No, they want to get to know you, obviously, so you need to speak a little bit more.
No.
Okay, how long have you known each other? Is it 2 years soon? May? No, not even. Yeah. Almost 2 years.
Wait, we're going to put that in with the on. We've been together for 2 years.
No, we haven't. In May we have.
In May, 2 years. Not long. Got married after 2 weeks.
My question, have you ever heard silly comments about your fast plans? I mean, it's not often that you're gonna marry someone after such a short time of a relationship.
A lot of people don't really say so much, but obviously everyone is thinking.
Yeah, you can tell.
Every single person thinks it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people obviously don't think it's gonna last.
Well, no, they obviously do. I hope.
In your face.
I think it's the same with the tattoos and stuff as well. When we did that,
yeah, exactly.
People thought we were stupid and stuff.
We are stupid.
Yeah, we are stupid. That's who we are. So, hey, please introduce your lucky husband a bit better to us. So yeah, this is Andy, and he's 30 years old, turning 31 this year in August.
Correct. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, I'm 30.
Yeah, and what do you like to do in your spare time then? Nothing?
I don't have any spare time.
Okay, fair enough. What do you do for a living? You're a railway engineer.
Yes.
Working with track renewals and don't really know what you do.
You sound like my boss. So, I like to play computer games in my gaming chair.
And what gaming chair, babe?
Shut up, babe.
Stop laughing now. He's so great. Okay. Who's the most romantic one of you two? I would say you are.
What? You've just been telling me that I'm not romantic?
Yeah, not lately, obviously. Lately you've been lazy.
You can't win. You can't win.
In the beginning, he was very romantic.
There's no way.
Yeah. In the beginning you were,
I still am.
No. We'll see on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
No, I don't.
You're not romantic.
Huh? Yeah. I'll fucking send 100 red roses to your work.
What?
On your fucking birthday! Some weird things you two talk about, like, oh my god, did I just have that conversation with him? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we don't say, oh my god, we just had the conversation.
No, obviously we don't, but
weird.
We can talk about stuff and then the day after you're thinking, oh, did we speak about that? But that's mostly obviously when we're drunk and stuff.
It's me and JB in Cloud 23 VIP. What are you saying?
What are you saying, yo? What?
Never think that.
You don't care? You like...
Oh, easy now.
Oh! What do you guys think about people who are single their whole life? Like, is it a good way of living life to its fullest? Any advice for a young person who's kind of lost faith in relationships? I wouldn't survive being single my whole life. Definitely not. I wouldn't. I would have kids and a family.
So I think it's all about the time in your life and stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being single. If you want to be single, if you're not looking for someone, if you don't trust anyone, then just waiting for the right person to come along.
Yeah, but if you will live your entire life and never
obviously
be in love,
you don't want to grow old alone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any rush.
So do we have any advice for a young person who's kind of lost faith in relationship? Let's see how young she is.
Stay single. Don't go looking for anything.
Yeah.
And
when you decide to be single, basically, you find.
And then you'll end up married to some Swedish douche.
Nicely. I put it on Snapchat.
Oh, this is a Swedish question. Have you learned your husband any Swedish? Well, how I bet. Do you want to say those words that you really wanted to learn in Swedish to my followers?
Whole shift in the
Yeah, exactly. So he basically knows cursing words and very nasty words, and other than that, no, he hasn't bothered learning really.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn.
I don't think he.
Not right now. We're gonna go traveling and stuff, and when I've got loads more
When
free
we're
time,
traveling and being crazy.
you know, need some.
VIP Cavalli Club. Oh man, baby.
Yeah, I'm definitely obviously gonna learn.
Will your future kids know Swedish? Yes, definitely.
No.
Don't even care if he doesn't know Swedish. My
Definitely
kids
not.
are gonna know Swedish. So we can talk shit about you, babe. So
I'm gonna learn
He
Swedish
better learn.
and another language. Don't know what that is. Teach the kids the other language also, so we can talk shit about them.
I want to know how you guys met. We basically said this in our last Q&A bullshit, but
Watch the other videos, douchebag.
we can say very shortly. We met in Magaluf.
Very shortly.
Very shortly. We
Very
met.
quick.
We met in
Learn English. When are you
Magaluf.
gonna learn English?
Met in Magaluf in May 2015, and I was there to work, and he was in the stag do. We saw each other the first day, and the rest
Nearly
is
2 years
history.
ago. Feels like 20.
If you could change body between you guys for a few days, with feelings also included, which do you think it can be the lesson you both learn at the end?
What?
So
If I could be you and you could be me.
yeah, what would you learn from being me, and what would I learn from being you? Yeah, okay. I think you would learn how to be more maybe more sensitive, like
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
I'd take
definitely
that.
more sensitive, like not being so
You
harsh.
would learn to stop sucking so much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sucky one.
Fair enough. Also, you would learn to appreciate what I actually do at home. I don't sit on my ass all the time.
Amazing. Cut that out.
Cut that out.
You take it.
Okay, shut up now.
Only. It wouldn't be mine.
Okay. How does your husband feel about your risque post?
Don't mind. At all.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I think I'm very laid back and relaxed about things like that.
Yeah, and I'm not showing.
No,
I'm obviously not all naked, and you know that you get to sleep next to me at
As
the end
long
of
as
the day anyway.
as long as, you know, you can't really see everything. Then
Yeah, which you never
I
can.
think it's fine. We live in a different world now, so I think it's a lot more acceptable
Yeah, definitely.
to be
It's
cheeky and.
It's also like fitness. You need to be naked to show
But
your
people,
fitness.
you know, there's obviously still people that are a lot more sort of old-fashioned. I feel like more very modern in my way of thinking. Very open-minded. So
Yeah, well, so yeah. That's that. What are the things that annoy the most in the other person? Oh yeah, so what do you find annoying with me, babe? Come on now.
what do I find annoying with you?
Yeah.
There's lots of things.
Easy now.
There's
What annoys? No, you can't move it.
Oh.
What annoys you the most about me then?
I don't think there's one particular thing that annoys me the most about you.
No.
The way you follow me around when I'm getting ready, picking up stuff that I'm using, or I'll take something out that I'm about to use, like, you know, moisturizer or whatever.
Okay, fair
And the
enough.
next thing I turn around and it's back in the wardrobe and you follow me around, you constantly.
I haven't noticed
I'm
it.
taking clothes out to put on and you're putting them back in the wardrobe. She does stuff like this. This is.
I like it
would
tidy.
say this
I
is
like it
probably
tidy.
the most annoying thing, yes.
Okay, fair enough. And I would say the
It
most
takes
annoying.
me 10 times longer to get ready because.
The most annoying stuff with you is basically your annoying stuff with me, because you can take stuff out and don't put it back in. Like, you can use something and you put it on the counter.
I don't get a chance
in the
to.
kitchen. Yeah, yes you do.
There's certain
You're-
things that I
you're-
leave.
You
in
put the
certain
laundry on the
places,
floor, not
but
in the
it's
washing
not- I've not left them out.
basket.
I've purposely left them there because that's where I want them to belong
I'll put on the.
and live.
Yeah, but you don't put.
And that's
the
when I
washing.
know where they are. And also,
Let's
I'll put
leave
stuff
this.
in. I've got, you know, homes.
He's a messy guy. I have no OCD.
I've got homes for things, and she moves stuff from its home,
So
and then I
This
can't
is
find it,
my
and she
home.
doesn't know where she's put it.
I think it's out of focus though.
Just come on, it's fine.
What does and his family say about your Instagram photos?
They don't mind so much. Nobody's ever said anything bad.
I'm getting my. Oh, you can tell about this, babe. I'm getting married in April and we want to have some evening entertainment for our guests. What did you have?
Love Laura's saxophone player. It was the one thing that I always, you know, thought about that I'd want at my wedding.
Yeah.
I think they're awesome. So
They were good.
I'd have them over anybody else in the world, any artist in the world, and we had them. That was the one thing that I wanted.
I didn't know who they were first, obviously. It's big in all kinds of party places like Marbella, whatever else.
Ben Santiago and the lovely Laura. Look them up.
It was really good.
They rock.
And like saxophone music makes you feel so good as well. That's why I thought it was so good. It makes you so happy.
Saxophone's the best.
Yeah. When will you leave the country and settle somewhere else in Australia?
ASAP.
Yeah, but first obviously.
Probably in a year.
Yeah. Hopefully less.
About a year's time.
Hopefully less.
We'll see.
We'll see. You and your husband were drunk when you got to know each other in Magaluf.
I'm about to get a tattoo. Juicy, because I met this blonde Swedish bombshell from BA Mallorca. And she's living there, I think. And she's so crazy. But we've totally fallen in love with each other. So I'm absolutely going to just get a tattoo of her name. I totally love you. More than this tattoo. Oh my god, I am obviously never gonna forget you.
I was shit.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't the first
She
day.
was sober.
But
Don't know what she saw.
but it was only the first day I was sober, I think. Or no, but we were sober also when I was sick the last night.
Yeah, obviously.
So you were shit-faced first day, we both were shit-faced second day.
Alright, sorry for yawning and stuff. I'm tired. I was working last night, so
Working hard.
I'm a little tired.
Working hard. Oi.
Oh, sorry.
How do you keep your... I'm gonna put that in the video.
What are you talking about?
And your Trump? Ow. That's what I have to deal with. This is something awesome that's very annoying. Fucking ooh, it stings like broccoli. It's so fun that you just jumped up to that by the way. How do you keep your sex life interesting? Sorry for that. I would say, well,
I think it's difficult for everybody, obviously. It takes effort, you know, you need to put in, you've got to make time and put in the effort, that's how it works, isn't it?
But we're
Otherwise
different
it does fade out. People are busy and tired and, you know, it's life. You just need to try and make the effort. For me, it doesn't need to be so, you know, regular and stuff. It just needs to.
So basically, you go to work every day,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You work 6 days a week.
Mhm.
You're tired. I work from home and I'm not tired. So it obviously depends on your lifestyle as well. Like, if you're tired, obviously maybe sex isn't the first thing on your mind. And also, you have everyday life that always gets in between.
You
but
have to make the effort. Every
yeah, but
couple
as long
is
as you
in the
make
same-
the effort,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
once in a while.
Everyone's in the same boat. Everyone, you have to make the effort. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's life. If you don't use it, you lose it.
What's your secret for a good relationship? Being honest, I would say, and trust each other.
Laughing together, I think, is
Yeah.
the main. But obviously, honesty and trust. If you laugh together,
Oh, we do that a lot, that's
then
for sure.
I think
Where are you, babe?
Go fuck yourself.
you'll be fine.
Yeah, basically treat each other like your best friends, I would say. Never lie to your best friend, and you obviously always trust your best friend, and you love shittles with your best friend. No?
Decent.
Yeah.
I think if you're not laughing together, then there's no point.
No, you're supposed to have fun in life, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, if you put two nuts on your chin, you've got a cock in your mouth.
Have you ever thought about getting kids, or what's your thought about that?
Yeah, we all feel like we want to have
A huge one?
a big family, but you know, until obviously we start expanding our family, we probably won't know for sure. But I think we both feel like it'd be nice to have a big family. So yeah, we'll take it as it comes.
We want to have puppies as well, obviously. First, before the
A big puppy farm.
Big puppy farm. Okay, who is the most lazy? Definitely. If the remote is on the table and you're sitting next to me, you still ask me to go and fetch the remote. So yeah, you're the most lazy one.
If it's next to you.
We're sitting next. He's the most lazy one. End of discussion. And you know it as well, babe. You know it. So many questions about how do you know that the person you're with is the one.
I don't know about all this one stuff. It's
no,
we
but
fell
it's
in love,
simple.
we love
You
each
know,
other.
you know.
I want to spend
you know.
the rest of my life
Yeah.
with her. That's what I know. Does that mean she's the one? What is this one?
Hey, one.
Hey, what?
Hey, what? I'm having fun at party. Hey. Plus, what? Hey. What?
If you don't know, obviously that person.
You just know.
Yeah, but obviously, if you don't know, then that person isn't the right one for you, and you need to move on.
Exactly.
So.
I knew, obviously, very quickly, which is something that hasn't happened before. So
No.
that's how I knew.
And we both planned on being single because we just came out from long relationships, but still it didn't matter. So
Exactly.
you just know.
Whatever, man.
Who is the one that cooks? You cook the steak, I cook the rest.
I would say that I cook, as in cook when we're eating.
I would
When we're
definitely.
doing something, you know, when we're having a nice meal.
I would also say we never cook here in
Whenever we're eating
England.
a nice meal, I have to cook it.
We never cook a nice meal
But
either.
You obviously cook things
In
like reading
Sweden-
for lunchboxes, like a big pot of rice.
Yeah, but you also need to understand,
And
in
a
Sweden, you make your own like lasagna, you do everything from scratch. That never happens here in England, so I wouldn't say
What are
you
you talking
cook.
about? Never happens there. Of course it happens there. What, if
I
you-
wouldn't say anybody
Why
else
don't you do
cook.
that then if you want? You can do that.
I don't want to eat lasagna, that's
Well,
not
why are you
healthy.
bringing it up then?
You're always obviously on a diet, which
I don't want
means...
lasagna.
I know you do. Which means that
It's
we're
my
basically eating simple food all the time, which is boiling rice, boiling vegetables.
We're not so
Fixing-
adventurous. You know, if we're going to eat something nice, we generally will go out to
Yeah.
eat it. We don't buy stuff in, basically, because...
We want to treat ourselves by not having to cook and
Yeah,
just
exactly.
relaxing.
So we generally go out to eat nicer food.
Yeah.
And, you know, Monday to Fridays, we're eating lunchboxes,
Yeah.
rice, chicken, whatever. Cut my nuts scratching out.
I know your wedding didn't go to plan in Mauritius with a photographer and that, but would you still recommend a destination wedding? Does she mean like on the beach and stuff?
I think it was lovely on the beach. It was a little bit messy, which wasn't something that we thought about so much. I knew it would be, obviously. It's on sand and stuff, but you know, I think the dress, you had like a train and stuff, and
Was destroyed basically.
yeah, maybe, you know, if you really wanted to train, we'd probably. I think it's nice so it's maybe next to a beach.
Yeah, and I had to walk on like my tippy toes and it's sand and I kept sinking
you can't
in
really
and
walk in your shoes and stuff. So
it looked like I was falling and like it
there's
took
definitely
ages.
a few things we would have done differently, but
Yeah,
not
it's still
taking
nice
anything away.
obviously
Yeah, of course,
to
the
get
beach-
married abroad and on a
it's
beach.
really
but
nice. As, you know, you're on the beach and you can hear the water and stuff. It's lovely.
Basically everything comes down to having a good wedding planner. If you have a good wedding planner, everything will be
The
fine.
only recommendation I have is get a wedding planner that is local to where you live
Yeah.
and let them deal with all the bullshit because it's the most stressful
Yeah.
thing. We did have wedding planners there,
Yeah,
but the
she
locals in Mauritius are very laid back and we
basically
felt like-
don't understand English either.
we
Really.
felt like we basically spent our whole day having to sort everything out because when we was ready for certain things, they wasn't on the ball.
Yeah.
So, you know, we was constantly running around all day saying, you know, we need to do this, we're ready for this, what's happening with this, and
Yeah, definitely.
Good
Because
wedding planner.
she put also like,
That's
do you
what she
get to
needs.
talk to someone beforehand and tell them exactly what you want and everything, or do they generalize it? Yeah, we had the wedding
you
planner
just need
obviously,
a good wedding planner
but
that
they
lives
sucked.
next
so.
door to you.
Yeah. Would you like to visit Croatia?
Which I might be going
Yeah, but not
to
with me.
on a stag do this year to Pag Island.
What's your motto in life?
What's your what?
What's your motto in life?
Motto?
Motto.
Oh.
I would say.
Live in the moment
Uh,
forever.
Yeah, I was
Stay in
about
the
to say that corny, like, don't dream your life, live your dream, basically. I don't have a motto, obviously.
It's each person to their own. People have different views and feel differently about anything, but for me, I don't understand people that basically live their lives saving money and
Never living life,
and
basically.
I don't understand people that save the money and spend their lives being careful. That's just not me. I'd just much rather spend every penny, travel the whole world,
And have
just
memories.
live your life now. I mean, there's plenty of time to worry about stuff. I mean, I know there's a few of my friends that are really, safe, and their lives are too safe for me. I know there's no way I'll be 80 years old looking back thinking I wish I'd have done this when I was younger, or I wish I'd have done that, because I'm fucking doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it all.
We are doing it.
We're doing it all.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of my friends that will look back and say, I wish I'd have done this and I wish I'd done that. And that person is not going to be me. Go on crazy holidays, spend a fortune on really good holidays.
That's why we're
Go
traveling all
to
the time.
Vegas every year as many times as possible.
Going to Vegas this year,
Blow
babe?
all your money.
Who's going to Vegas?
We're going to Vegas.
When are we going to Vegas, babe?
EDC week.
Whoop, whoop.
It's going to be awesome.
But I totally agree as well, and I think that's why we're so well suited for each other.
Exactly. Just be young and free and crazy and spontaneous, and that's what I'm all about anyway. That's what we're all about. Can you pause it for me? Pause the football. Do that again. He's such a dirty bastard. I'm going to say one thing about also is, how people are worried all the time about certain things and they don't want to do this and they don't want to. I mean, it's a totally different situation, obviously, if you've got children or whatever already, and you've got other people to worry about. But if you've only got yourself to worry about, then, don't save a load of money for the next life, or whatever. Live the life that you've got now. You need,
I feel like you're very passionate about this.
I am passionate about it because a lot of my friends and stuff give me grief, like, why are you doing this? Do you not want this? And what? It's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah, we do want that stuff as well, but not now. We don't want a house now. We don't want kids now. We don't want to do that now.
We've got no ties. We're going to live our own lives as much and as fully as we can.
Yeah, so when we settle down and have kids and have bought the house and can't travel as much
as possible,
then we can still feel like we have had a lot of fun.
Exactly. So when we start a family,
we're not like, oh, I wish I did that.
But people do it in different ways as well. People want to have children when they're younger and then live their lives later on in life. That's fine. That's up to them. That's not for me. I want to live my life while I'm younger and fit and healthy and
look fucking amazeballs.
Looking good, feeling good.
Does Andy know how to pronounce your name?
What's up? What's up?
He kind of knows.
What's up?
But he says,
Åsa?
My real name is Åsa.
Åsa.
I can't even say my real name properly now.
Nobody can say
Nobody can say
it.
it.
It's ridiculous.
I'm English now, so I can't say it either. How is it for you to be in a relationship where you're not communicating in your native language? Is it refreshing and exciting or more difficult? I would say I don't even think about it that
anymore, but
no.
So you definitely thought it was weird. You used to speak about how strange it was all the time at the beginning.
Yeah. I would say it's still strange, like if I speak to my mom in Swedish and then we hang up and then I'm gonna go back to speaking English, then it's still a little bit strange, but for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But now obviously I think about everything. Look what you're doing to my. I like that you're English and that you're not Swedish.
She loves the English sausage.
Oh, but I just think about everything in English anyway, and I write my grocery list, so I don't think about it anymore. I feel like I am English and not Swedish, really. When will you and your husband have children?
20 years. When we're ready.
Yeah.
There's no time
When we
don't
settle
know.
down in Australia in a home that we're gonna stay in
Just
for a
when
while.
we're ready, we realise that obviously we can't leave it. You know, there is a deadline.
I said I don't want to be
There's
older
such-
than 20, really, but
There's a deadline, obviously, where you know you can no longer have children. Not for me. I'm cool. I'm good for this one.
it happens when it happens.
But you know exactly. Who knows?
Where are you from in England, like Manchester or whereabouts?
Family's from Manchester. I grew up in Fleetwood, a small town near Blackpool. But we
No.
live in Sheffield
Yeah.
now. I moved over this way because of work a while back, and just I've ended up staying here. It's not
It's not the
somewhere
best.
I want to spend the rest of my life. Obviously, you know, we've got other plans anyway. But if I was going to stay in England, I wouldn't stay in Sheffield. Not because I particularly
it's
don't
big
like the place.
though,
It's,
but
it's fine here.
it's
It's just a long way from home and friends and family. It's I think Manchester is the place for me.
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
UK.
I think we will like it in
That's
Manchester.
Manchester's where it's at.
We always go there to see friends and stuff and go out.
Friends and family
yeah.
are there. It makes sense. It's a cool city. It's you know, it's got everything.
But
I
we're
don't
not
know.
gonna stay here now, so
But we're not staying in the UK.
so we're not bothered. Was your husband the before or after 70 kilos? Oh, well,
Way after. I
Way
wouldn't be
after.
here if it was before, yo. Just kidding.
very nice day, very nice. I'm just gonna put this up to my followers.
I'm just
this
kidding.
is
But she's
my...
been, you know, we've both gained, you know, a little.
Not now.
Yeah,
no,
but-
I'm not.
Obviously not now.
Yeah, but
But at one stage we both gained a little.
yeah, it's when I hurt my back or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was before Christmas in 2015.
Yeah, but you didn't
Where-
notice how big I was though. It's now when we're looking
Yeah, it's
back at the
strange.
photos.
At the time I didn't see that she
Oh,
was
but also
big.
in Marbella as well, obviously I was very big.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was bigger in Marbella than I was
I
that
think
Christmas.
she was, yeah.
I remember-
Big, not very big, but
Yeah, but when
bigger.
I'm sitting, it's like...
But it's so strange because yeah, just at the time I honestly didn't see it. I don't think she looks any different to how she looks now. But when you look back on photos, it's like whoa. Anyway, next question.
We're done! I can't get up.